You guys, we need to talk about the Jonas Brothers because they are out here getting called broke. Okay, they've just got so much going on from a tour to movies to Camp Rock that people have been wondering if they need some money. And, well, Joe Jonas responded. So, we're going to be talking about that today. We're also going to be talking about Alix Cooper getting a Golden Globe nomination, which sounds so crazy to say. Braxton Berrios responding to reports that him and Alix Earle have split. And we're going to talk about how Kim Kardashian lets Northwest watch Love Island apparently. We're going to get into everything. Hey guys, it's Rohit and welcome back to Truth with Rohit. I feel like there's been a lot in the headlines, a lot of things that have been released, and we're going to be starting with this Golden Globe nomination announcement. This was the first year that they were adding a podcast category to the nominations, and Alix Cooper landed a nomination for Call Her Daddy in the podcasting category. She was nominated alongside Armchair Expert with Doc Shepard, Good Hangs with Amy Poehler, the Mel Robbins podcast, Smartless, and Up First, which is the NPR podcast. This is a crazy category. I did not even know that they were going to be doing a podcast category at the Golden Globes. It is very cool that there's been a lot said about these nominations. I feel like this was almost like a popularity contest because a lot of these podcasts that were nominated have celebrities attached to them or the show is a big name. Not necessarily that it's maybe the best podcast out there, but because it is the most famous, it was nominated. I just know everyone's PR teams were moving like crazy when this category was announced, but these were the nominees. And like I said, we've been hearing a lot about who was actually picked. Alix definitely gets a lot of backlash. That's for sure. I mean, people have criticized how she interviews and so many things, but I'm really not surprised that she did get a nomination, given that the podcast is so big. Everybody has heard of the Call Her Daddy podcast. I feel like it is now the place where a lot of people go to do their first interviews, but it definitely is weird to see her up against NPR. That's for sure. But I certainly want to know what you guys think about this nomination because there have been a lot of opinions floating around. Now, speaking of opinions floating around, there's been a lot surrounding Alix and Braxton. So, this week it was announced that Alix and Braxton had officially broken up. A lot of news outlets were reporting on this. Some saying that they got the exclusive from people close to Alix or people close to Braxton. Their teams definitely sent this out to the press so that they didn't have to make a statement themselves. The conversation surrounding Alix and Braxton didn't stop, especially when Braxton posted a photo dump to Instagram this week. And you guys, every single photo in this photo dump was him. There was one photo where someone else was in it with him, but every other photo was of himself. This to me, and a lot of people just felt like this was his "I'm single, here's pictures of me" post. And the caption, you guys, don't even get me started on the caption. He set himself up with this one. He captioned it, "What did I miss?" Like, oh, people were going to tell you what you missed, Braxton, in case you didn't know. You actually missed every single taping of Dancing with the Stars. And this was like 90% of the comment section. Everyone was reminding him that he missed Alix. He missed all of the dances that she did. And, well, he actually wanted to clap back and say that he missed them because he was at work. He was playing in the NFL. He couldn't leave during the season, which we already did kind of know this, okay? Everybody knew that he played in the NFL. It's hard to get time off. Alix had commented under posts where people were like, "Where's Braxton? Why hasn't Braxton come?" And she had said that, he was at work. He wished that he could come and he couldn't. But under Braxton's big photo dump, someone said, "Every single one of Alix's shows." And he said, "I would have loved to be. Sadly, I wasn't able to travel like that in season." And he's really heard it from a lot of people feeling like he still should have just tried to make it to at least one dance, one freaking episode of Dancing with the Stars. I don't know, but yeah, him captioning his post, "What did I miss?" Like, I know he was quoting Drake, but dude, you set yourself up to hear it from people about what you really missed, which was every episode of Dance with the Stars. And I'm sorry, something about him doing this, like, what did I miss at post? And it's all these photos of him as if like, I'm single now. What did I miss? You know, since being in a relationship, there was something about it just gave me the egg. I don't know. Like, why didn't you even need to post that many photos of yourself? I just didn't get the best vibes from that, but maybe that's just me. Actually, I know it's not just me because so many people were in the comments just like that. What is this, Braxton?
Braxton really heard it from me. But popping in for a quick little update on this because Alix Earle actually posted yesterday that her and Braxton did break up. She actually went on good terms. She said that it had to do with kind of her being in LA with Dancing with the Stars and liking LA, kind of wanting to move there. And Braxton is not in LA, he's in Texas. And to me, it sounds like Braxton is looking to settle down soon and her career is on the up and up. And them being in the same city is not really in the foreseeable future, which is obviously very hard on a relationship. And so that seemed to be the reason why they broke up. She was very emotional about it, but she also wanted to defend him and tell people to not say it was because he didn't go to Dancing with the Stars and things like that.
It was really difficult when I was out in LA, and I really liked it. And I thought that, you know, maybe I wanted to stay there, and I felt really motivated, and I think that was a scary thing because it meant us not being in the same place, and a part of me just also really wants to be focusing on myself right now, and I just feel like I can't be what Braxton needs. You know, I want him to have someone with him 24/7, support him and be there for him, and he wasn't really expecting that of me. I think it was more a me thing, but I constantly felt like guilty. And I love Braxton. He's my best friend. It's been really difficult as we're trying to just go forward with this. It just kind of feels like we're on two different paths right now, and it sucks. We're on good terms, and I don't want anyone to come for him or to be mean to him or to say it's because he couldn't make it to Dancing with the Stars because he couldn't come because of football.
I am definitely feeling for Alix right now because I feel like it's like way harder when nothing really like happened in your relationship, but they're just like so busy and have so much going on. And I feel like I said, her career is on the up, that she can't just be like in Texas with him, being like a housewife and like traveling whenever and moving, like moves teams or something like that. So I get that that's really hard for them, but I see some good things coming for Alix. I really, really do.
Let's get into what is going on with Kim Kardashian. So she hosted her holiday SKIMS event. It was this big QVC style live stream that she did on TikTok. It was at her house. She was just trying to get people to buy SKIMS. She was doing major discounts. She had special guests like she had Snoop Dogg, she had Kris Jenner, she had Khloe, she had Kyle Richards, and then she had Nick from Love Island. Yeah, I just never thought I would see Nick from Love Island at Kim Kardashian's house promoting SKIMS. But this was what she had going on. He was Hot Santa, and she later posted that North wanted to FaceTime Nick because she is a big fan of Alandria, which is crazy to think that North, a child, was watching Love Island, or at least knew of Love Island enough to want to talk to Alandria. And this is the most inappropriate show. Like, I'll watch this show. And some of the challenges, you guys, they're like twerking in their bikinis. It's almost like they're stripping at the club. I just don't think that's something North should be watching. And a lot of people felt that way. They were just like, what do you mean North is watching Love Island? That's crazy. But it isn't the first time I've heard something like this, because I don't remember what video it was in, but it was in one weekly teacup where I was talking about how someone mentioned that there are no girls of Disney, girls of Nickelodeon anymore, and that kids are watching our shows. They're watching the same stuff as us, which is sad and scary and disturbing, because they should not be watching Love Island at all. Like, my mom definitely would not have let me watch Love Island. Like, my mom did not let me watch the Kardashians, okay? Yeah, my mom put like a ban on the Comcast that I could not watch the Kardashians. So to think that they're letting North watch Love Island is just so insane. She shouldn't be seeing any of that, but she was getting the tea for us. She straight up asked Nick if him and Alandria are still together or if they broke up. And he said that they are still together.
Because she is an Alandria stan. Alandria is not here.
I got her next time.
Did you break up with Alandria?
No, I didn't. It's Nicolandria for Earle.
But speaking of Love Island and breakups, we did get news that Shelly and Ace are no longer together. Shelly did a Sirius XM interview this week, and they were asking her about Ace, and they asked her if she was going to be moving in anytime soon or something of the sort. And she basically said that they were not together anymore after not really wanting to answer their status or how they were doing. But she just could not avoid those questions any longer. And she just came out and said that they are no longer together.
Yeah, there's actually a lot just happening and stuff. So.
Oh, are things okay?
Okay?
Are okay?
Are we moving? Okay.
Are we moving on?
So Ace and I actually decided to part ways.
Wait.
Yes.
Oh my God! Did you announce that?
No.
Oh my God, Shelly.
No, it's okay.
Are you-
Please don't. Like, it's okay.
How are you feeling?
I mean, it really was a tough decision, like
Yeah.
for the both of us, and like, very hard to decide. But you know, when you love someone, sometimes loving someone means letting go. So.
And I will say, you guys, the internet was celebrating. I posted a TikTok where I was saying that they broke up, and everyone was like so happy for Shelly that she has gotten away from this man. Like, Ace is not liked by the internet at all. Clearly does not like that man. But that is what Shelly had to say about her and Ace and their breakup, and what Nick said about his status with Alandria. Now, we have got to get into the Jonas Brothers, because the Jonas Brothers have been hearing it from the internet recently with all of their announcements, and Joe Jonas wanted to respond to some things that he had been seeing said about him and his brothers. Now, these guys have been on tour for what seems like years. They have been on this comeback. We just got back together tour. I remember seeing them just before COVID. And I feel like they haven't stopped the tour. But last month, they did end their tour. Okay, after having some amazing nostalgic guests, they had Demi Lovato come on stage with them. They had Fifth Harmony, the Click Five, so many people, Jesse McCartney, all these crazy nostalgic people from the past were coming out on stage with them to have these amazing moments. And since the tour is ending, they've put out a Christmas movie, and now they are starting promo for Camp Rock 3. And they seem to be so employed to the point that people are like, do you guys need money? Are you guys okay? Are you guys broke?
Guys, are the Jonas Brothers like broke or something? Like, why do I feel like they've been working harder than they did in 2007? And that's saying a lot. Like, I'm sorry, Camp Rock 3 is like really unnecessary. To the point where it's like almost asinine. Like, and why I know it's asinine is because Demi Lovato is like barely involved. Like, yeah, she made that one little post, but like the Jonas Brothers are actively on the Camp Rock 3 set. They're like, Camp Rock! And Demi Lovato is somewhere else having like the worst Thanksgiving meal you've ever seen. So you're like, wait, why are they doing this? And then they had that weird Disney movie, and you're like, also weird. And you think if they did owe money, the tour would have sufficed. I think they're still on tour. Or the tour just ended or something like that. But like, and then the biggest giveaway in my eyes is that Kevin Jonas, full episodes of that show he did on E, Married to Jonas, that with his wife Danielle, cute doll, by the way. They're being fully uploaded on the E Entertainment YouTube channel, and I'm like, whoa, what? Something nefarious is going on here. Then we have Nick coming out with an album. Love the cover, by the way. Some people say it looks like a Hims ad, but I think it's cute. And then also, Joe is reuniting with DNCE. Like, have we heard anything since Cake by the Ocean? I do like that song. But yeah, no. All signs are pointing to bankruptcy. What's going on, Jonas Brothers?
Now, this wasn't the first time that anyone was saying this about the Jonas Brothers, because another user posted the video all the way back in September with the same claims. And while you guys, Joe had some things to say, he actually wanted to address what has been said about him as he commented under that first video that I showed you guys wherever I was talking about the Jonas Brothers being broke. And he said, God forbid, Connect 3 goes back to where Connect 3 connected. And he replied back and said, you know what, you're right. Because obviously if you guys watch Camp Rock, they are Connect 3 and not the Jonas Brothers in the movie. And he's like, what's wrong with Connect 3 going back to, you know, the place where it all started? Someone also commented and said, imagine being Joe Jonas and opening your TikTok to broke allegations. There's just been so many thoughts about the Jonas Brothers doing Camp Rock and being in it because Demi Lovato isn't going to be in Camp Rock. She's working on the movie, but she's, to our knowledge, not going to be in it, which some people are like, it's because Demi doesn't need the money, but the Jonas Brothers need the money, so they're down to be in it. But people have been coming to their defense, okay? They were like, so if they don't work, they're flops. But if they do work, they're broke, LMAO. Now, in my opinion, the best comments are the ones that are like, I don't care what they are. I'm just happy that they are in the public eye as much as they are right now because they are eating up every bit of content that the Jonas Brothers is giving them right now. People have said, Camp Rock 3, unnecessary, excuse yourself. They're either workaholics or owe their label a ton of money, but either way, I'm not complaining. Literally seen them like 4 times in the last year. And I will say, I feel like I'm right there with them in the, I don't care what they're doing, why they're out here so much, putting themselves out there. I'll consume the content. I'm here for it. I've seen them twice in concert before. It was a great time. I love the nostalgia. I never saw them when I was little, so I feel like I need to see them as an adult. So freaking fun. Who doesn't want to hear Burning Up at this age? Or Love Bug? Like, hello? These are great songs, and their new music is good too. I also thought their Christmas movie was good. It was cute. It was like poking fun at them. So if Connect 3 wants to get back together and they want to do Camp Rock 3, sure. I don't know if I'm that excited about Camp Rock 3. I feel like if Demi was in it, it would be that much more exciting for me, but I don't know. I was definitely excited about the Jonas Brothers Christmas movie, but Camp Rock 3 feels different. But I feel like that's supposed to cater to a new generation, whereas the Christmas movie, I feel like they definitely did that for the OG fans. I feel like the vibe of Camp Rock 3 is they are going to try to cater to the people that they cater to with Girl Meets World and Raven's Home. It's for kids. But I don't know. Maybe you guys are super excited about Camp Rock 3 and I'm being a hater. I don't know, but I'm just being honest. If Demi was in it, I would be like, we need to be tuned in, you guys. But I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it will blow my socks off and I'll be sitting here telling you guys that it was the best movie I've ever seen. But let me know what you guys think. Are you excited about Camp Rock 3? What do you think about the Jonas Brothers? Do you think that they have been working so much because they are broke? Because that is the word on the street, apparently. But I also want to know what you guys think about Kim letting North watch Love Island, Alex Cooper getting nominated for Golden Globe, Braxton posting his photo dump post breakup announcement with Alix Earle. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.